there's always an excuse factor or a reason for everybody. And the one I love the most is the one that everyone calls me out on. Oh, he's on steroids. He's on steroids. Dude, that pisses... I mean, it's a compliment now. Because I appreciate it now. Because I've never done that motherfucking shit. And everyone thinks I have. So if I can do that and impress so many people and piss so many people off with never doing it, that must be doing something right. So I take it as a compliment. But it still pisses me to all ends. That someone out there is so weak mindset that they're like, oh, Greg must be doing steroids because it looks like that and I look like this. No. The difference between me and them is the same difference between having all the genetic material on your driveway and a flat land, to putting the genetic material of building blocks into a structure of a house. It's called the construction workers. The people that go and build it and put the effort into it. And what am I talking about? I'm talking about something that's up here, guys. It's not the genetic part anymore. It's the working bee. That's what it's about. We're talking about intensity of your workouts, how hard you go and everything else. Your duration, how frequently you go. The rest in between your workouts and the nutrition you put in it. Those 4 factors are your construction zones. They are your workers that you're hiring to take all that genetic gift, all that raw material, and build a structure of a house that makes everybody, when they're driving by, pump the brakes and look and be like, whew, that's a house right there. Wow, I like that house. It looks good. It looks a lot better than the house next to it. Both the same size. Both the same potential. Yet this house, my fucking house, right? I cut the grass, I trim the bushes, I got lights on the house. I paint the porch. You know, the other house next door, it's got weeds in the garden, the paint's chipping, the windows are dirty and everything else. Not putting the time into it. To polish and make your potential, what you can be, those raw materials, shine and sparkle to the nth degree, to stand out, to be something different. Yes, are there bigger houses with greater views over the ocean and everything else? Sure. You had that genetic gift, the money of which to build something like that in that situation. But it's not about where you start in life, guys. It's where you finish. The differential. If you're a kid that grows up on the streets, you know, in a rough neighborhood, and majority of all your people, all your compadres, right, go to jail, sell drugs, right, and you break through that and become a professional lawyer, doctor, you know, pro athlete or something like that. You started somewhere here and you went to here. Wow, look at that difference. That's a life right there. Or you're somebody that's born with a silver spoon in their mouth. You know, and they feed off their parents' inheritance and everything else. Distance traveled, fucking nothing. Or someone that's built with a silver spoon, born with a silver spoon, that goes all the way up here and starts a whole new trend and a new business and everything else. Gets an opportunity and makes it grow. Life is about the distance you travel. Not about where you start. Not about the materials in the driveway. It's what you do with those materials, that potential, that gift that the Lord has given you, what you create of that. There's a parable in the Bible for the people that are religious and stuff, and it's about a king, right? And he has his fortune, his gold, and he's traveling out of town. So he divvies up the gold to 3 different individual people, and says, "You take a third, you take a third, you take a third," right? One person takes that gold and buries it in the ground, and hides it, because he's afraid of it being robbed, stolen, or anything else. He wants to make sure that the investment that the king gave him, the responsibility, is delivered back, and he gives him the money back, right? Another person goes out and kind of invests it, and actually makes that little bit of money that the Lord gave him, the king gave him, into a little bit more. So the third guy goes out there and gambles it. And he loses everything. So the king comes home and he's like, "Yo, 3 guys, where's my money?" One guy fucking digs it out of the ground. "Here it is. All the money you gave me, intact. Boom." He's like, "Okay." He goes to the other guy. What about you?" He's like, "Well, I invested it a little bit, and here's your money plus a little bit." And then the other guy said, "How about you?" And he goes, "Well, I had an opportunity. I thought it'd be good. I gambled it, and I lost it all." And out of those 3 people, which person did the king despise the most? You probably think the guy that gambled it and lost it all, but no. What he despised the most was a person that buried it in the ground and did nothing with an opportunity given to him. He didn't live. We all fail in life, guys. We succeed and we fail. It's what we do with it. It's that, the guy that invested, he went for it. Good for him. The guy that wanted to gamble, at least he tried. He had an opportunity given to him, a blessing given to him, a genetic code given to him, and he tried to make the most he could out of that. You see what I'm getting at, guys? Fuck the genetic code. And if you get caught up in the situation where you're like, oh, I can't grow anymore because of my genetics, you're that lazy motherfucker I'm talking about before. He likes to point his finger at everybody else saying, oh, the only reason why this guy is better than me is because he was gifted. The gifts, guys, are the raw materials in the driveway that make the neighbors pissed off because it looks like shit. The real power that distinguishes someone from being remembered or forgotten are the construction workers. Your intensity, your duration, how many times you go to the gym, your nutrition, and then the last one being your rest in between your workouts. Those are the fundamental blocks that take the raw materials of what could be muscle and forms it into actual fiber building muscle. We're going to grow it this year, man. We're going to make it all happen. Plitt, help me stay fit. Thanks for watching.